Hello everyone, welcome to the Genius Educator YouTube channel. In this video, we'll see the US presidential election results. The first election was taken place in 1789. This was the first presidential election in USA, and the winner was George Washington. He was the first president of US, and the result was 69 votes. The second presidential election was in 1792, and the winner was again George Washington. The result was 132 votes. The third election was in 1796. John Adams was the winner, and he was the second president of US, and the result was 71 votes. Then the next election was held in 1800. Thomas Jefferson was the winner with 73 votes. Again, Thomas Jefferson was win the election that was held in 1804. The result was 162 votes. The next election was in 1808. James Madison was the winner with 122 votes. The election in 1812 was won by James Madison again, and the result was 128 votes. James Monroe won the election that was taken place in 1816, and the result was 183 votes. James Monroe again won for the second time in 1820 with 231 votes. John Q. Adams was the winner of the 1824 US presidential election, and the result was 84 votes. Andrew Jackson won the election in 1828 with 178 votes. Andrew Jackson again won the election in 1832 for the second time with 219 votes. Martin Van Buren, he was the winner of the 1836 presidential election with 170 votes. William Harrison, the ninth president of the USA, he is the president with the shortest term. He led USA only for 31 days. And the election year was 1840, and the result was 234 votes. Then John Tyler. This is the first vice president who became a president following the death of President Harrison. And actually, John Tyler becomes the US president without the formal presidential election. He was the vice president, and then he became the president following the death of Harris Johnson. James K. Polk won the election that was taken place in 1844, and he won with 170 votes. Zachary Taylor, he won the election 1848 with 163 votes. Then Millard Fillmore. He was the second vice president who became a president following the death of Zachary Taylor in 1850. Franklin Pierce was the winner of the 1852 election with 254 votes. James Buchanan, he won the 1856 election with 174 votes again. And Abraham Lincoln, he won the 1860 election with 180 votes. He led USA for 4 years, and again he competed for the second presidential election in 1864. He won the election with 212 votes, and he was the first US president who was assassinated when he was in power. And Andrew Johnson is his vice president. He became later a president. He is actually the third vice president who became a president following the assassinations of President Abraham Lincoln. Then Ulysses S. Grant, he won the 1868 US presidential election with 214 votes. Again, Ulysses S. Grant won the 1872 presidential election with 286 votes. Rutherford Hayes, he won the 1876 presidential election and he won with 185 votes. James A. Garfield, he was the winner of the presidential election in 1880. He won the election with 214 votes. Chester Alan Arthur, he is the fourth vice president who became a president following the assassinations of President James Garfield. Grover Cleveland, he was the winner of the election in 1884. He became the 22nd president of USA. He won the result with the election with 219 votes. Benjamin Harrison, he won the election in 1888 with the election votes 233 electoral votes. And Grover Cleveland, again, he was the winner of the election in 1892. He won the election with 277 electoral votes. And William M.C. Kinley, he won the election in 1896 with 271 electoral votes. And William M.C. Kinley, again, he won the election in 1900 with 292 votes. Theodore Roosevelt, he is the youngest US president at the start of his presidency. He became a president at the age of 42 years. He won the US presidential election in 1904 with 336 electoral votes. William H. Taft, he won the election in 1908 with 321 votes. Woodrow Wilson, he won the election in 1912 with 435 votes. Woodrow Wilson again, he won the election for the second time in 1916 with 277 votes. Warren G. Harding, he won the election in 1920 with 404 votes. Calvin Coolidge, he is the 13th president and he is the only US president who was born on US Independence Day. He won the presidential election in 1924 with 382 votes. Herbert Hoover, he won the election in 1928 with 444 votes. Franklin D. Roosevelt, he won the election in 1932 with 472 votes. Franklin D. Roosevelt again won the election for the second time in 1936 with 523 votes. Franklin D. Roosevelt again he won the election for the third time in 1940 with 449 votes. He is the only US president with the longest term of presidency. He led USA for about 12 years. Again, Franklin D. Roosevelt, he won the election in 1944 with 432 votes. Harry S. Truman, he won the election in 1948 with 303 votes. Dwight D. Eisenhower, he won the election in 1952 with 442 votes. He won the election for the second time in 1956 with an electoral vote for 57. John F. Kennedy, he is the 35th president of US and he won the election in 1960 with 303 votes. This is the second youngest US president who became a president at the age of 43 years. And Lyndon Johnson, he won the election in 1964 and he became the president and he won the election with 486 votes. Richard Nixon, he won the election in 1968 with 301 votes. And he won again the election for the second time in 1972 with 520 votes. Gerald Ford, this is the sixth vice president who became a president following the resignations of Richard Nixon. He becomes a president without the formal US presidential election. Jimmy Carter, he won the election in 1976 with 297 votes. Ronald Reagan, he won the election in 1980 with 489 votes. Ronald Reagan again won the election for the second time in 1984 with 525 votes. George H.W. Bush, he won the election in 1988 with 426 votes. Bill Clinton, he won the election in 1992 with 370 votes. Again, Bill Clinton won the election for the second time in 1996 with 379 votes. George W. Bush, he won the election in 2000 with 271 votes. Again, George W. Bush won the election for the second time in 2004 with 286 votes. Barack Obama, the 44th president of the US, he is the only black president of the United States of America. He won the election in 2008 with 365 votes, and he won again for the second time the election in 2012 with 332 votes. Donald Trump, he won the election in 2016. He won with 304 votes. He became a president. He became the 45th president of the United States of America. And Joe Biden, he won the election in 2020 during the COVID pandemic with an electoral vote of 306. Then, when we come to election 2024, Donald Trump and Kamala Harris will compete. Donald Trump is affiliated for the Republican Party, and Kamala Harris affiliated for the Democratic Party. They will compete, and the election will take place on November 5, 2024. Will Donald Trump win this election? We'll see. Again, Kamala Harris, if she wins this election, she will be the first woman US president in history. I wish all the best for the two candidates. We'll see the result. You can guess who will be the 47th President of the United States of America. Thank you for listening to this video. If you like the video, you can share it. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe to the channel. I will see you in the upcoming videos. Thank you. Bye-bye.